I'm live. Yay. Hi, everyone. It's me, Ariana, or Effluvia, whichever you know me as. Works fine by me. Yeah. I figured since I hadn't been live streaming lately, I would go ahead and do that, especially since it's a beautiful day. It's not humid for the first time in a while. We've had only like one other day like this, and I think I probably felt really crappy that day. So I didn't live stream then. And for once, the main topic, again, if I feel like doing something else and my family doesn't decide to start cooking dinner immediately, I will go ahead and do something else. But yeah, the main thing that I'm going to be doing today is painting faces on these little resin head soaps. Yeah. Since it's been so humid, some of them have gotten glycerin dew, but they're still perfectly fine. They still work just same as any old soap. And yeah, I'll spritz them down with rubbing alcohol first. If anything, I should get my gloves on. But yeah, so won't be so much making today, which is probably better for just catching up and chatting and stuff. But yeah, gloves on, ta-da. And stuff. Oh, and I'll also be unmolding too. Ta-da! Yeah, so pretty low-key stuff. Just gonna do whatevs. And I shared the live stream on Facebook and sorry, an itchy nose. Ever get one of those itches just in the corner of your nose? Don't worry, I didn't use my gloved hands. I just used my arm to itch my nose. Just right in the corner. It was annoying me. Yeah. So I might share this live link thingy on Telegram as well. Might not. I don't mind. So yeah, I've got some rubbing alcohol in my designated rubbing alcohol thingy. And I'm just going to spritz a little bit right on some wax paper that I have here. It's nothing earth shaking to look at. So I'm going to take this, the Brambleberry soup, it's not Super Sparkles, Snowflake Sparkle Mica, because it's a little bit more fine than the Super Sparkles or whatever other one that I have. And I'm going to plop it in, just taking just a tiny pinch. And if anyone wants to see what the inside looks like, darn it. Here, I'll take the inside of this. See, it's a fine, just kind of a white mica. And it's puffing up everywhere. That's what I love. And oh yeah, you can even see some of the little flecks just puffing. But anyway, and then I'm just gonna like take the rubbing alcohol and turn it into a thin paste. It feels like something a grandma would say, that you take and you turn into a fine paste. Maybe it's just my grandmother, who's currently outside. I know a lot of you have heard her or seen her in past Soap and Mope live streams. And so I'm just going to dab, get as much mica as I can on my thing. See, all nice and shiny. And yeah, I'm going to take this and I'm going to model it after resin, which was what I was trying to put as, I was trying to put the other little resin head soaps that I've made as the, don't mind me, I'm just dabbing, not the actual dabbing, but you know. So I'm just dabbing this on, and it looks cool so far, because, yeah, there we go. I've got the little circle done. Woohoo! And then, unfortunately, I wish I had a finer brush, because this brush, even though it's the finest one that I have, like finest tip, it still is a little thick for my purposes. Thick. I know, insert thick joke here. So I'm going to try to do a little stern face first. So I'll just do a little bunny nose and the little animalic little W-shaped mouth. Let's see. There and there. And here we have the first little face. Hey! I feel like Bob Ross a little bit right now. And yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, I wish I had a finer tipped brush because then this would probably be a lot easier. And I also promised unmolding, so maybe I should do the unmolding of one of these first, which, yeah, the underside of these is nice and smooth, like I wanted them to stay. But again, that's mostly an aesthetic thing. As you can see, I think it's this particular formula, since it's got so much glycerin and so many nice butters and everything in it, it tends to get glycerin do a little bit more than most soaps or soap bases, because I used a 3 butter base for this one. So yeah, it gets glycerin do. And I mean, glycerin do, as I said, it's just a weird thing. It's not going to ruin anything. It's not going to affect the soap. If anything, to me, and I mean, this might just be me, definitely not everyone, would probably think that that means that it's an even more skin-loving soap because glycerin, because the reason it happens is because glycerin is a humectant. And here's a little center thing. It's a little bit off center. Oopsies. Sorry, your third eye's a little crooked. Anyway, so let's see. I'll do a serene face for this one, I think. Rubbing alcohol's drying up. I should probably have something more like a little bowl for this instead of just doing it on wax paper. But I make do with what I have. Let's see. So I'll do a serene face, so more like a little U. Holy moly, that's a big U. And again, if I botch it up too much, I can always just wipe it off. That's the cool thing about rubbing alcohol. I can just wipe it off. Okay, this one I might wipe off because that's looking a little too trippy. Oh dear. So I've got my little dabbing instrument, just a paper towel, don't mind me. And I'm just gonna wipe that right off because that looks silly. Heck. Wipey, wipe. Oh no! Hold on. Yeah. I'm wiping part of it off on the back of my glove, which perfectly clean, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, some of the activated charcoal that I use in the soap came off on my gloves, but that looks really cool, actually. Anyway, so yeah, I rubbed it off, so there will be a little bit of a shimmer left over on it, but nothing too earth-shaking. Actually, I'm remembering what I did last time now. Last time what I did was, and this is why I took this second mica out, because sometimes it actually showed up again. Sorry, it was a little itchy. Might be something in the air because of the season. I used the satin, I know it's backwards for you, but it's the satin gray pillowcase mica from Mad Oils, or they changed their name to Mad Micas, I think. But anyway. But yeah, if you look, it's a very nice, very light kind of gray. And I think I mixed this with the Snowflake Sparkle last time, just so that it would have a little bit more of a smooth application. Because the sparkly micas are a little chunky, whereas this is just a very smooth mica. Make a fine paste with it. And I think I might just take a little swoop of the sparkle mica, because by itself, it's a little darker than I was anticipating. Oop, come on. Sorry, you're probably looking at the side of my head more than anything else right now. I am still new to this YouTubing stuff, but anyway. All right, so for the little facial feature, I'll do a little yeb, a little face, because I'm going to try to do, as I said, a serene smile for this one. Don't know how successful that will be. Yeah, it's a little derpy, but it's better than what it was before. Let's see, and then a serene face. Better! It's definitely better. Okay, so let me dab away some of this, because I know for the center of the little third eye that he has, and I mean, correct me if it's not a third eye, Jonathan, if you happen to see this, correct me if it is a third eye or not. I might just be derping, which is entirely possible, knowing me, to be derping. Okay. Oh no! Oof. Okay, so yeah, for the center dot, whatever it may be, I definitely want to use mostly just the white super sparkles, because that's supposed to be the focal point. Ta-da! There we go. Much better. Yeah, it was supposed to be a serene smile. It's more like a face now. It works. It works. Okay, so now to grab another one. And I'm just going to keep on keeping on with this. Okay, next. Little third eye. Dab. Now, actually, it seems that the ones that have the glycerin dew texture are taking to the mica a little bit better than the one freshly unmolded ones. That's cool. So yeah. Anyway, I should probably catch you guys up on what's going on. Well, let's see. Last I talked to you guys, I was about to vend at Tiny Paws Con. Oh man, I botched up the eyes on this one. Oopsies. Now to spritz and wipe off. Meow. Anyway, so yeah, last I talked to you guys, I was about to vend at Tiny Paws Con, and that actually went really well. I was pleasantly pleased. There were more people than last year when I was a vendor. And yeah, a lot of people had fun. We had people from more places than just Connecticut, that's for sure. There, like we had people from New Jersey and some from Massachusetts there. Like last year, I know that there were a couple of people who did come from like Wisconsin. I think we had someone from Wisconsin. I think so. But anyway. So there's more people than last year, which was definitely a good thing. Sorry, I had to push my glasses up. But anyway. But yeah, so that was definitely a bonus, having more people there. And I had fun, even because a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, if you're a vendor, then you spend most of your time in the dealer's den, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, that's definitely a thing. But I always have fun, regardless. Like at PineFurCon, when I was a vendor there, I had fun. Because, I mean, the dealer's den is only open for so many hours, so if you get out at a reasonable time, like 6 p.m., then whatevs. Okay, so now, since it seems to be better when I start with the little bunny snoot, or in his case, hair snoot. And smile! Bunny smile. Okay, this might actually end up being a serene smile that I was going for. Oh dear, that came out a little lopsided, but it'll work. Okay, Here we go. I got the smile I was going for. Yay! Smile. Which, I mean, I know that Resin isn't really a smiley character, but I think it's really cute when like a stern character is finally seen smiling or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's just my weird quirk. But anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna try to clean up so that I don't smear as much mica on the sides of the soaps and all that, because my dear friend did order these in bulk for a reason. And meh. And anyway. Thought I was going to sneeze for a moment there, but I did not. Anyway. So yeah, Tiny Paws Con went well. Had a lot of fun. Got to meet cool new people. Places other than Connecticut, as I said. That's one of the cool things about cons. Like, I've met some people who are like, oh, I would never go to a con because, oh, too many people and blah, 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 blah. And I would just feel awkward and out of place. And it's like, yeah, I can understand that. And I respect people who have social anxiety and all that. But really, there's just something about going to a con. This one is a bit more of like either a stern or a talking face. Just interjecting that. As I said, a toothpick would even probably be better for this than what I'm doing. But again, I don't have any toothpicks on me. Now to try to do the little... Yeah, well, next up, I'm doing the eyes. So I'm going to try to get this as narrow, not narrow so much, but just fine as possible. Dip, 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 dip. Don't mind me. Anyway. And then, so yeah, after Tiny Paws Con, things just kind of went downhill. I don't know what happened. It just seemed like one of those things where like anything that could go wrong did go wrong. And some stuff I would rather not go into, to be honest, perfectly honest. Like, it's stuff that either A, I've covered over and over again. And yeah. Rehashing it, I feel it, even if this is a soap and mope and everything, and moping is half of what I'm supposed to be doing here, I just really feel like it's stuff that I've talked over and over again. And I mean, yeah, a lot of it does involve changes for Sense for All. And I mean, no, I'm not closing up shop or anything. It's nothing extreme like that. But I'm probably going to be looking for new assistants and stuff like that. And that's a pain in the butt. Because, yeah, because ideally I would like someone who would be able to drive with me to conventions, like up to Pine for Con and all that. And a lot of people that I know, unfortunately, don't drive. Or they don't have a working car currently. And my car sure as heck is not new. Just so everyone knows. Doesn't think that I'm rolling in dough here. Because, I mean, heck, I don't even have YouTuber money. Because, yeah, this channel's tiny. But yeah, I have a 1999 Pontiac Sunfire. And it's one of the best cars that I've ever owned, actually. I mean, I've only had 3 cars, but yeah. I had an Oldsmobile Intrigue as my first car. And it was a good car when it ran. Unfortunately, that car, it went through some stuff. And I mean, as I said, it was a fun car. It was a great car to drive when it drove, but it just wasn't, like, reliable. And I mean, there are a lot of cars that are like that. I know that when my dad was alive, he had a Saab, and he loved that Saab from what he told me. It's just, he said that it was just in the shop more than it was on the road. That's why he said to me, he's like, oh yeah, it was my favorite car when it drove. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But anyway, but yeah, so then I also had a Chevy Aveo, and that was good. I never got to drive it in the winter. I only had that car for like what, 3 months, maybe 6 months at tops. Yeah, because actually, yeah, it was a few months that I had my Aveo. And it was a cute little fun zippy car, but then it got totaled and because I got T-boned by a Russian lady. Yeah, that was not fun. I might clean up the third eye on this one. Cause yeah, that's a little bit of a white eye. And it's almost touching like the right eye. So let me see if I can just scrape a little bit along the sides and get that looking a bit more like a third eye. This is one of the good things about having long nails. Because you can just, even if you have gloves on, you can just scrapey a little bit.
There's a person at the table.
Yes, Lulu. That's my grandmother, if you didn't guess. But anyway. Sorry. I think I might have a few more of those close calls when it comes to sneezing. And I don't even get seasonal allergies, so I don't know what's going on right now. Heck. Just heck. Okay, so I cleaned off the brush. I'm going to hope to get just some of the white super sparkles. Whoopsie daisies. Got a little on the table, but it's okay. It's all right. Here, I'm just going to take a little bit, dab it on the side. Dib. Doing a lot of dabbing, and I'm not even doing the cool kid kind. I'm just kidding. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, dear.
Anyway. But yeah. Okay. So I'm just fixing the third eye a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to wipe away. Okay. Meh. Hold on, I have to clean up the right ear now a little bit. That's one thing about the sparkly mica is that it gets everywhere sometimes. Meh. Sorry that it's so busy in here. Because it's, again, middle of the day. You know what? I think I'm just going to wait for this one to dry and then fix it up a little bit from there. Heck. It wouldn't be soap making if it wasn't messy, frankly. Okay, let me try this one. See, brand new, fresh one, just unmolded. Okay, so let's see. Just dab right in the middle. Okay, I got it right in the middle. Yay! I swear that's half the struggle, it seems. Okay, now a little bit of the gray. Dab. Heck, that eye did not come out. Heck. Let me just try to nudge some of that to the side. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nope. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dab, dab, dab. Ah, crud. It's annoying because... Let me try to reshape it because the eyes are now a little cockeyed, which was something that I had trouble with last time. Making the eyes even is like half the battle here. But as Bob Ross said, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. This one I could maybe do like a wide-eyed and just like wonder and awe face. That would be interesting, actually. Let's see if I can do that. Because of, again, I didn't take my own good advice and I didn't start with the little snoot and the mouth. Oh, heck. I will say, though, that painting on soap is definitely easier. And this one looks like it's just going to be an open-eyed smile. That's okay, too. I've got, like, what, close to... Because, let's see, do I have the full 50? Because the order was for 50 of these heads. So, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... Okay, so 24 right here. And then 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. And then upstairs, I have 8 more from the last batch that I made. So that's like what? 40, plus 8. Yeah, so definitely over 50. Like, yeah. Sorry, I can't do math at the moment. So, yeah, that's like 54. Wait, is it? Yeah, 54. Sorry. I fail at basic math sometimes. Okay, so here's this one. Yeah, right. Okay. There's going to be some shimmer on the ears. I hope no one minds. Okay, so that one, just a smile. I'm going to go back to one of the more textured ones. Let me just spritz it. Because spritzing it first with rubbing alcohol seems to sometimes work. And then I'll let it dry a little bit. Shake off the excess. Get it to air dry. Merp. Merp, 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 merp. Okay. And then to do the third eye, dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Pretty good. Okay, and then again, I'm going to take my own good advice and I'm going to do the little snoot first. Snoot, snoot, the boople snoot. And then I'm going to do a stern face, maybe. Stern. Meh! Stern face, darn you. Stern. Merp, 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 merp. I need to fill it in a little bit. Come on. Satin gray pillowcase. Cooperate. It's probably drying out a little bit. Come in. Here. Tiny little spritz. Spritz, spritz, spritz. Yeah, there's definitely a fine line between enough mica and too much mica. So now for the eyes. I think I'm just going to try to do 2 lines going across for the eyes. Just a meh face. It's going to be interesting to see who gets which facial expression. And another glycerin dew head. Oh, this is interesting. I was able to kind of smish it down on the back of one of them. Let me see if I can do that with the front. It's easier to do it with rubbing alcohol. So let's try this. Plus, I think it's also that, as I said before, the activated charcoal sometimes gives it like almost an exfoliating quality. So maybe that's part of it. Center dot. Needs a little bit more of the snowflake sparkle. So dab, dab, dab. The snowflake sparkle right in the center. Blah. Can see it from Mars now. Teehee. But yeah, what else was I going to say to try to catch you guys up? I don't know. Oh yeah, as I posted on Twitter, I mean, I try to keep my personal life out of things for the most part, but yeah. Since I mentioned in a past video that I am indeed polyamorous, it probably would be okay for me to mention, at least in passing, that one of my significant others did break up with me. And it's really upsetting. I mean, I smirk and I chuckle about it now, but it's part of why I just really haven't had much motivation to do much anything recently. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like when you think that you're going to spend a good, decent amount of time with someone, and then they just are like, hey, yeah, you know that whole relationship that we had together? Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. And then you're like, well, shit, what did I do? And then in this case, I mean, I won't go into it too much, but the long story short of it was I did nothing wrong, but yet I'm the one who's suffering because, again, long story short, he met somebody who's closer to him, and he kind of just wanted to have a life with them, and he kind of didn't want to be polyamorous anymore because somehow he failed to mention that he was just trying it out as an experiment, that he didn't really feel as strongly in favor of it as he initially told me. And I mean, I hope I'm representing it right, because deep down, I don't hate him. I would be open in the future to at least being friendly with him. But it'll take time. Just like with almost anything, it's going to take time. I'm still really pissed off about a lot of things. Because as I said, when it all boils down to it, I'm the one who supposedly did nothing wrong. He's the one who's saying, oh yeah, it's all my fault. All the blame is on me. But he's the one living it up and writing love songs, which for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you know that's pretty much the thing that I'm the most steamed about. That he's there writing love songs, which he never wrote me one. So if I did nothing wrong, why was I never good enough for a love song? Hey, that rhymes. And I mean, yeah, I'm laughing about it now, but earlier this week I was ready to like flip tables because I was so steamed, felt so betrayed by it, and this face is a little lopsided, almost looks like a meme. Actually, maybe it could be like a winky face. Let me see if I can work with that. Nah, it's not working as a winky face, so I'm just going to do another kind of sort of smile. I don't know. It still looks kind of like a meme to me. Oh, dear. That's all we need. Resin memes. They probably exist, and I probably just haven't seen one yet, or I've forgotten because I tend to be forgetful. But anyway, here I'm gonna pop one of the smooth ones out, and I'm just gonna. Ah! I got sparkles on the face that I wasn't counting on getting on the face. This one has a little couple of tabs on it, just because I am a very messy pourer of soap. So all you have to really do is just pluck them off. Pluck them off, and then just smooth down the sides. Just pluck them off, smish them down. And yeah. Okay. Just pluck them down. And then, yeah. There we go. Put them on the side of the mold and just do whatever with them. You can use them for soap scraps or what have you. But yeah, I mean, saltiness aside, it was just one of those things that happens. And the thing that pisses me off the most is because even though breakups are a thing that happen all the time and all that jazz, they're just a thing that happens in this world.
Hello.
People are really, really bad sometimes about
Pretty good.
how they help you deal with them.
She's walking around a little bit, but
let's see. I might do a surprise face for this one.
Diarrhea yesterday. Oh, she does.
Here we go. Sorry that you have to hear the gory details, but I did kind of a spooked face for this one.
Yes.
Spooked face. Spoopy, scurry skeletors.
Yeah. I don't know if I did.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that happened. My grandmother also recently had what we thought was a heart attack.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it turned out not to be. It turned out to be her aortic stenosis acting up. But it was pretty scary, and it looked like a heart attack. Damn nabbit. Sorry. Having a little bit of trouble with the paintbrush at the moment. Yeah. Super sparkling, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I can do it.
Anyway. But yeah, so then it's just like one of those things where it almost feels like everything happens in threes, or at least that's what they say. So it's like, okay, first drama happens with my business.
It's better today than it was yesterday.
Then my significant other, who I thought that I was going to be with for a long, long time, like up and dumps me. And then my grandmother, who granted my grandmother and I have a tumultuous past and everything. What are you doing? I'm busy. Anyway, she goes and she ends up in the hospital. So it's like, okay, what more is going to go wrong? I mean, granted, there's always Murphy's Law to answer that, but still. Fudge. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then it's just one of those things where it's also annoying because then, and I mean, I know, again, a lot of people have been telling me that it's not, that at this point, what I'm about to say is not about me and everything. It's like, yeah, it's not about me, but it affects my life. That we now have people from hospice coming in because the doctors, I mean, one doctor feels differently, but I think he's starting to come around to what the primary or the doctor that made this decision felt more than anything or whatever. But I don't know. What am I trying to say? But yeah, long story short, he basically thinks my grandmother only is going to have another 6 months to live, which could be the case, could not be the case. At this point, it's really ambivalent. She is 88 years old. So, yeah. Hospice has been coming, and for those of you who have never dealt with hospice before, they kind of railroad you for the first week with just a constant stream of people, or so it feels, coming into your house. And it can be a little overwhelming. And even though they're medical personnel, it's still one of those things where not everyone's a phlebotomist. And when I say that because I have had phlebotomist training. And one of the first things that we're taught is don't judge a book by a cover. Just because a cute little old lady comes in doesn't mean that she was always a cute little old lady, which I hate that term just because I find it I'm not going to say that it's prejudicial or whatever. It's just one of those things where it's like, again, you don't know someone's past. Just because they seem to be one way now doesn't mean they always were. Like,
Whatever you think is best. She's good with swallowing.
What was it? Like, a cute little old man could have been a freaking gangster thug of some sort in his youth. So, again, don't judge a book by its cover, but it seems like a lot of the ones who come here, a lot of the coordinators and all that, they just seem to think that my grandmother has never done anything wrong in her life and that she's just a saint and whatnot. And it's like, you have to understand for anyone. And I mean, yeah, I used to be in the medical field and I don't know what's going on with his face, but it's like, wait, it's going to be another funny little face that, to choose from. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, what was I going to say? But yeah, people haven't always been the way that they are now, which I mean, that's something that I even like among people who I call friends or people who I sometimes hesitate to call friends because they piss me off royally or whatever. But a lot of people are like, oh, well, because of the way you are now, you shouldn't be surprised that blah, blah, blah is the case and everything. And it's like, well, I'll tell you where you're going wrong. You're going wrong by thinking that I've always been the way that I am. Because it's like even 5-10 years ago, I was a much different person. And so to just totally discount that people change, I think is something that doesn't benefit anybody, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. It's just one of those things that's like you have to acknowledge that people change, that they haven't always been the way they are now. And yeah, I mean, that's just my little rant for today, but I think there's some benefit to it. And that's one of the things that I learned in phlebotomy because it came in handy with things like personal protective equipment and all that. Because, yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm trying to even remember the context for that, honestly. That's why I'm kind of doing what am I trying to say right now? But I think the context was that anyone can have like an STI or like even be HIV positive, something like that. So to not judge a book by its cover and think, oh yeah, I don't have to take any precautions because of fill in the blank. And it's good to be equally prepared for everybody, I think. I think that was what the context was. So yeah, just a little aside for anyone that's going into the hospice care field or what have you. That looks like a pair of lips, not a bunny snoot. What am I even doing? It's smeared at the moment, but it almost looked like a perfect Cupid's bow pair of lips. So I'm just going to wipe that off. And yeah. Surprised no one's joined the stream yet. It's a Saturday. Maybe it's because everyone else is out and about. I don't know. But yeah. I got a clean side of my glove, so I'm just gonna dab at that. And there's still some sparkles on it, but it's not too bad. I'll just let it dry. And actually, while I'm waiting for it to dry, I'll try to get some of the super sparkles or whatever. Keep saying super sparkles, but I don't have super sparkles. I don't think I have snowflake sparkle. Okay, just don't mind me cleaning my brush. And my stepbrother came into the room. He's an okay kid. I can't complain too much. I mean, I complain in private about him. I'll say that. He can be a pain in the butt sometimes, but what stepbrother isn't a pain in the butt? I mean, if you have a stepbrother and he's a wonderful little saint, then by all means, that's wonderful. I'm very, very, very happy for you. Just in general, every stepbrother that I've ever met has been a pain in the butt. Fair to say? I hope so. Wow, I've been on for like 46 and a half minutes or so. That's impressive. And just because. I wish I could show you guys, but right now I can't help but make this pun. I currently have 50 Shades of Grey, it seems, on this wax paper. It's pretty hysterical. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Now to try to do a little snoot. Maybe I'll do the mouth first. Now this one I'm going to do like a little shad-ish mouth, or I don't know what this is going to be, but it's a little... This looks like a bunny. This looks like a bunny. Look at that bunny face. It's like... I don't know. That'll depend on how the concerned bunny face. What am I going to do? It's like... How am I going to do the eyes for that? So that it doesn't look very angry. Yeah, I think I'll do them kind of looking upwards, like, oh no. Concerned bunny. See, it's a sad bunny. Oh, poor Resin. What have I done to you? I've made you a sad bunny. Instead of a dignified... I don't know. There's dignity in being concerned. What am I talking about? There. A concerned little face. I really wish I had not a Q-tip, but a toothpick right about now. Okay. Concerned bunny face. Looks so sad. Now I feel bad. I'm rhyming a lot today. What the heck? May not know it, but I'm a poet. Anyway. Pop it out. There we go. Okay. Pop out the soapy. Dab. For this one, I might outline it with like a little bit of what I've got currently. Dab. I know someone's going to want like a in the mood face. So I think I'll sketch that out a little bit with some mica. Dab. This one just looks like a very happy face now. Again, as Bob Ross said, no mistakes, just happy accidents. Oh, this is a happy boy. This almost looks like a jack-o'-lantern. It's such a happy boy. Oh no, what am I doing? What have I done? What am I doing? I don't know. I'm here playing with 50 Shades of Grey on a Saturday afternoon. Probably everyone's out hiking, doing something other than painting soap. That's why no one's in this live stream, but it's okay. I know that one of my other significant others who isn't gonna frickin' just up and say heck it with me, or at least he better, because actually, I don't know exactly where he lives, but I kind of know where he lives. And he knows that I'll just frickin' wreck him. I'll be like, you what, mate? I'm gonna frickin' wreck you, mate. But anyway, he said that he would watch later. Okay, why does this look like a freaking jack-o'-lantern and not like a bunny rabbit? Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna clean up around the edges. Maybe I should go get a Q-tip just for cleaning up purposes. Okay, this mouth kind of got a little boofed. Paper towel time. Let me try to fix this botcha gloop. Erp. Okay, a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Wipe, 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 wipe. Okay. Wipe it off. There we go. Maybe. Shit. Gosh darn it. Come on. Okay, the eyes can stay. Little jack-o'-lantern looking eyes can stay. Now to try to sketch it out. Whatever the heck I'm trying to do with my life. Over here. I'm probably doing everything wrong with this stuff, with this brush. Let's see. Come on. Weep. Okay, yeah, I need more rubbing alcohol. Again, what else is new? Come on. Gotta get all this mica under control. Try not to botch everything up. Like I said, I'm probably doing everything wrong, but there's again, even people who are really good at this stuff, meep and meep. That is a crooked smile if I ever saw one, but so be it. Damn, everyone's calling today. Okay. Fix the jack-o'-lantern face. Jack-o'-lantern face.
She's going to be on the hospice.
Come on, freaky things.
Diarrhea, so.
I'm so sorry you all have to hear about my grandmother and her digestive woes.
Oh,
Shoot, 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 shoot. Okay, bear with me for a moment. I just had some technical difficulty with stuff. Oh, that's what I get for stacking stuff.
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to disinfect the heck out of these. Or I'll just make new ones. Not the end of the world. Again, happy accidents. Oh, butts. Butts. Dab nabbit. Dab nabbit. What am I gonna do? Well, if nothing else, you all get to see my spooky leggings. Heck. Here. I'm gonna put them for now until I can disinfect them into the soap tray, which is technically sending them back from whence they came. Fudge. Fudge. Yeah. So how many have I now goofed? Dab nabbit. Yeah. I'm probably just gonna make more now. Because here. I'll disinfect them. But I don't feel like it would be in good faith to send them out after they've fallen on the floor. Gosh darn it. Anyway, so I'm spraying them with rubbing alcohol. I'm gonna let them stew in here a little bit. And I'll figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with them later. Plus, since these gloves have a lot of mica on them. Sorry. Oh, and you get to see my Flirty Birdie shirt. Yay! It's not that big a deal. It's just the shirt that I wear. And I've actually had for a few years, back when Angry Birds was an actual thing. As I said, my spooky leggings, because Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, just in general. Fuck. Sorry, I used a bad word. But in this case, it fits. Fudge monkeys. Fudge monkeys. Okay. Putting on the gloves. Hate it when that happens. Hate it. Because then I have to use more resources, more materials, more fill in the blank. Ain't in the butt, but these things happen. And again, it was partially my fault for stacking them up like that, but it is what it is. So maybe I'll just unmold the others and figure something out. Ta-da! Pretty. Anyway, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, I love Halloween. I know it's one of those things that you would expect someone who has had a past as an edgy kid. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't even say that I had like a specifically goth phase, but even now, I can definitely appreciate the aesthetic. And I really love like pastel goth and yami kawaii. Those are my jams. Could I have sounded any more white when I said that? I don't know. But anyway. But yeah. I love all that stuff. Like, especially because with things like yami kawaii, how there's a whole mental health component to it. That really speaks to me because for those of you who don't know, and this actually was one of the things that when my friend Susan took me on as one of the people who creates for her business and everything. Because for those of you who don't know, I do sell my soaps at my friend Susan's coffee shop up in East Hampton, Connecticut. It's called the Eco Coffee Shop. And as part of her mission, she sells items from people who have illnesses or disabilities in the retail shop part of her business. And so, since I suffer from depression, and I believe I was diagnosed as having anxiety, I'm not entirely sure because I didn't even know, like, when I was in high school, that the therapist that I saw, she diagnosed me as having neurotic depression, which is kind of a broad term because I didn't even know exactly what that meant. It was actually when my mom tried applying for insurance a few years back. And of course, they have to look up your pre-existing conditions. And my pre-existing condition apparently was neurotic depression. I didn't even know that that was a diagnosis that I had, because whenever my mom would ask the therapist that I saw in high school, oh, well, what's wrong with my daughter? And everything, because of course she wanted to know. The therapist would say, oh, there's nothing wrong with her. She's a perfectly normal teenager. And she would tell me a lot of times, oh, that's just typical teen stuff. And so I'm like, okay, I'm a typical teen, but I'm seeing you because, yeah, there were reasons. There was stuff that happened. Here, I might do kind of a funny face for this one, just because, I mean, I already have a jack-o'-lantern looking one. Might as well continue with the silly faces. Here. Deep, deep. Then just a deep, 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 deep for the eyes. Deep, 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 deep. Anyway. Where am I even going with this discussion? But anyway. So yeah, I do have depression of some sort. Maybe anxiety. The last therapist that I saw was, and I'm not going to even sugarcoat it, I think she was kind of a quack. Look at that. Oh, it's so cute, though. It's so cute. So, I am uncomfortable. Oh, it's so cute. Anyway. Wow, it's been like an hour now. What am I even doing? But yeah. So yeah. Oh, I was talking about Yami Kawaii. Duh. But yeah. Because I like the idea of like two totally unrelated things. Well, not even like unrelated, just two things that seem kind of like unrelated. Like mental illness and hospital themes and gory stuff and like self-harm, really dark stuff mixed with like really pretty pastels and like cutesy stuff. And I think that I know a lot of people don't like the whole, oh, don't romanticize mental illness, blah, 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 blah. I understand that. And I will say that if someone has no mental illnesses, but they think that like faking or whatever, having a mental illness, just because they think it'll make them edgy or cool or give them a flair to their personality, if they do that, then, I mean, they're kind of discrediting people like me who do have mental illnesses and everything, and make people think, oh, yeah, you're just faking it. And all you have to do is just take some fiber and not going to use a bad word, and just, you need to poop more or whatever, or you need to go for a jog, or you need to go for a nature walk. It's like, no, some people, that's how their brain works. That's how they were made. Like, especially if it's something that runs in the family. Like, I have a grandmother, well, yeah, my maternal grandmother, who you saw in the background, she's had major depressive disorder for most of her life. And she was definitely not someone who would ever admit to it. She tried her best just to come across as an everyday, just regular housewife type of lady. But she's had major depressive disorder for a good chunk of her life. And because she didn't like get more help for it back when it could have been remedied, that's why her dementia is so pronounced now. Because as the geriatrician that diagnosed her as having dementia told us, that pretty much when you have a family history, which she does, her mother had mental illnesses of some sort. And I'm not sure how much of those were like legit and how much was like just a really backwards approach that they had back then. Because yeah, I know that, I don't know, where am I going with this? But anyway. But yeah, just if you don't have a mental illness, you don't want one. I'll just suffice to say that without going into my whole family history and medical history and everything. But if you do have a mental illness and you just want to find a way to cope with it, then that's where I think something really cool like Yami Kawaii and the whole like process behind it of just like taking something that really, really royally sucks and just making it something nicer and prettier and cute and everything so that you can live with it. I think that's really nice and really empowering. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people disagree and they'll think, oh, no, it's doing more harm than good. But personally, I think it's pretty cool. Because I mean, I've always liked things like on the darker side, but then I've always loved like really pretty cute pastel stuff. I mean, heck, Flirty Bird and everything. Like, I know. I mean, even I know like people who are just like the strict old school, like goth types. I have friends who are like that, and they're like, oh, well, they think it's kind of a cop out because they're like, well, people who are like pastel goth or yami kawaii, they don't get a lot of the same criticism that we get for like wearing black when it's not Halloween and people saying, oh, blah, 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 and like criticizing us. I mean, I think that's bullshit that people do that. I said a bad word. I'm very sorry. Very, very sorry. I'm sorry, YouTube. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like if you have a mental illness, whatever you have to do to live with it is fine by me. I mean, as long as it doesn't harm yourself or someone else. That, of course, is the caveat with that. Anyway. Come on, paint. It's not paint, it's mica. What am I talking about? What type of face am I going to do for this one? I don't know. This one looks like another concerned face. Maybe because of where I placed the snoot. Oopsie daisies. This one looks like a face of true terror. I haven't done many surprised resins, so... Or like scared resins, so maybe that's actually a nice change. Yeah, I just tweaked one of the eyes a little bit. And could just be a surprise face, like... Heck. I don't know, I'm just being a dork right now. I'm running out of room for them. No. Here, I'm just going to scooch the mica jars aside and then place that there. And this boy, I am not happy with, so I think I'll go back and just tweak it a little bit. Just there. This one, I tweaked it a little bit. Now it looks kind of like Joker. You want to know how I got these ears? Okay, that was corny. Don't mind me. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing with my life. Oh, this one looks really pretty though, because I think this was one of the ones where I wiped the face off. I don't know if you can capture that, but it's like disco resin. Anyway. Oh dear. Oh dear, 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 dear. This brush is freaking whack. Anyway. But, yeah. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, one thing that I want to mention real quick, for those of you who don't know, is that one of the business changes that I made is I made a new Etsy store. So the Sense for All store, the old one, is still up, but it's in vacation mode until more people transition over to the new one, because the old one was just regular Sense for All. The new one is Sense for All Soapery, which once I delete the old one, I might just revert it back to Sense for All. But I have some like repeat buyers on the old store that I'm hoping will catch on and like favorite the new one so that they know to buy from that one and not to buy from the old one. Okay, this one has a little tiny face. Sorry, I get quiet when I... Oopsie daisies. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. Again, the eyes are going to be the death of me, I think. Because making them even is kind of a pain. This face now looks kind of like pleasantly surprised or hopefully optimistic or something. I don't know. She's got a tiny little face. Maybe I should put the eyes down lower. I don't know. We shall see with the little resins and their little faces. I just want to say real quick that when I made the first batch, I was so nervous that my friend Jonathan, who's, if I haven't mentioned it, Resin, the black hair character that I've made these soaps, even though they look like little peep heads, figured rabbit hair, they're all lagomorphs and everything, I was afraid he wouldn't like them. And so on his birthday, because I made them as like a birthday present to him, and I figured that I would just like make a tiny batch from some like leftover soap base that I had, and I would like give them for free to our mutual friends, and I would send him one or two if he wanted them for free. Oh, and my battery's running low, so I should probably wrap this up. But yeah, long story short, he enjoyed them. He was touched by the gesture. And I was really surprised when he was like, "Oh, can I order a bulk amount of them for me to give to my patrons?" I was like, "Heck, yeah, sure, definitely." So yeah, that's why I'm painting these. And since the battery on my laptop is going to die, I leave you with that. So hope everyone's doing well. No one enjoying this stream, which again, I'm not going to be salty about it or whatever. It is what it is. I'm sure people are off having fun hiking, and you know what? Cool. Hope everyone has fun hiking, doing outdoorsy stuff, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy, go ahead and do it. Because I mean, oh yeah, I was talking about Lulu and hospice at one point. Again, don't know if the doctors are right or not, but enjoy stuff while you can, I guess, is the lesson from that. Merp, merp, merp. And I leave you with this kind of grumpy face. Anyway, take care, everyone. Hope you at least had fun watching this, and I'll take a picture when I've completed all 50 and everything. So take care, have a good day, and bye-bye, and see you later. Finger guns. Okay, bye-bye, people.